You're watching Rurouni K95's horror movie review on the holiday horror flick Silent Night, Deadly Night. Hi, Ruronis. This is your pal Rurouni K95 here, and it's December, and hope you'll time to get ready for Christmas, get ready for the holidays, join Christmas specials and Christmas movies, as well as Christmas episodes in anime. But today I'm here to do a review on Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night was released on November 9th, 1984, and it was directed by Charles E. Sellier Jr., and it stars Lillian Chauvin, Gilmer McCormick, Tony Nero, Robert Brian Wilson, Lena Quigley, and Tara Buckman, as well as the rest of the cast. So let's begin with our review on Silent Night, Deadly Night. In 1971, 5-year-old Billy Chapman and his family go to visit a nursing home where his catatonic grandfather stays. When Billy remains alone with him for a few minutes, his grandfather suddenly awakens and tells Billy to fear Santa Claus as he gives presents only to the children who have been good all year and punishes the ones who have been naughty, no matter how briefly. And then the parents came to tell Billy it's time to go. While driving back home, a criminal dressed in Santa's outfit who robbed a liquor store and killed the store clerk seemingly has car trouble after he takes $21 from the cash register at a liquor store with the killer Santa dressed as, and gets Billy's family on their way home. The killer Santa seemingly has car trouble and gets Billy's family attention to pull over and help. As they pull over, the Santa-clad criminal shoots the father with a pistol and forcibly removes the mother and slashes her throat with a switchblade in front of Billy and his baby brother Ricky. Billy runs off to hide, leaving Ricky in the car. 3 years later, in 1974, Billy and Ricky are celebrating Christmas in an orphanage run by sadistic Mother Superior, a strict disciplinarian nun who persistently strikes children who misbehave and considers punishment to be necessary and good thing. Sister Margaret, the only one who sympathizes with the children, tries to help Billy play with the other children, but Billy constantly he's subject to Mother Superior's scrutinizing eyes and regularly punished. After the teen couple made love in the orphanage, the Mother Superior whips them with a belt. And then she questions Billy, what did he see upstairs? Like, do you know what they were doing? But then she whips, after she tells Billy, you left your room, and then she whips him with the belt, and she tells him to go to bed and stay there. He tries to get out of the bed and then ties him up in his bedroom on Christmas Eve. On Christmas morning, the orphanage invites a man in a Santa Claus suit to visit the children. Billy gets dragged by Mother Superior and punches the man before fleeing to his room in horror. 10 years later, in the spring of 1984, and now adult Billy leaves the orphanage to find a normal life and obtains a job as a stock boy at a local toy store. Thanks to Sister Margaret at the store, he develops a crush on his co-worker Pamela. He has romantic thoughts, or sexually regarded, which are often interrupted by morbid visions of his parents' murders. On Christmas Eve, the employee who plays the store's Santa Claus has been injured the night before, and as a result, Billy's boss, Mr. Sims, makes him to take his place. After the store closes, the staff has a Christmas Eve party. Billy, still dressed in a Santa Claus suit, tries to have a good time at the party, but he keeps having memories of his parents' murders, causing him to feel depressed. At one point, he sees his coworker Andy making out with Pamela. Well, the character Andy is played by Randy Stumpf. And they walk into the back room. Billy walks after them and sees Andy trying to rape Pamela. This finally psychologically triggers his insanity. He hangs his co-worker Andy with a string of Christmas lights and stabs Pamela with a utility knife, uttering darkly that punishment is good. A highly intoxicated Mr. Sims goes into the back room to check on the noises he heard just when he is about to leave. Billy murders him with a hammer. Billy turns off the store's lights, causing his manager, Mrs. Randall, to go check on the back room. She screams at the sight of Mr. Sims' corpse and tries to call the police, but Billy cuts the phone line using a double-bit axe, causing her to run and hide. Billy walks around the store trying to find her, and at one point, Mrs. Randall jumps out and trips Billy, stealing his axe. Before she can escape, Billy shoots and kills her with a bow and arrow. As Sister Margaret discovers the carnage and returns to the orphanage to seek help via the telephone, Billy breaks into a nearby house where a young couple named Denise and Tommy were making love. Particularly, they're having sex. And a little girl named Cindy is sleeping. Billy then impales Denise on a set of deer antlers and throws Tommy through a window. When this awakens Cindy, Billy then confronts her and asks her if she has been naughty or nice. She says she has been nice, and he gives her the utility knife he used earlier. After this, he witnesses bullies on two sledding teenage boys and decapitates one of the bullies with his axe as the other screams in horror. Oh yeah, in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Ricky said Billy hated bullies. The next morning, the orphanage is secured with Officer Barnes and Captain Richards, aided by Sister Margaret, who knows that Billy has committed the murders. The deaf pastor, Father O'Brien, who was dressed in a Santa outfit, is mistakenly shot by Barnes upon coming forward, and soon... in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, Ricky saying it wasn't Billy, it was Old Man Kelsey. Oh, it wasn't Billy, it was Old Man Kelsey, the janitor. But clearly, it's basically a deaf priest named Father O'Brien. Is mistakenly, upon coming forward, as soon as axed by Billy, who, while distracted due to his Santa outfit, Billy gains access into the orphanage and confronts Mother Superior, now in a wheelchair. She taunts Billy due to her disbelief in Santa Claus, and just as he prepares to kill her with an axe, and Richard appears and shoots him in the back, much to Sister Margaret's disapproval. As the dying Billy lays on the ground, and he utters to the nearby children, "You're safe now. Santa Claus is gone." Before succumbing to his wounds, as the children gather around Ricky, coldly staring at Mother Superior, and utters, "Naughty." So that's my review on Silent Night, Deadly Night. Initially, throughout the production, the film was titled as Sleigh Ride before TriStar Pictures decided to change the title to Silent Night, Deadly Night. The film was shot on the location in Salt Lake City and Heber City, Utah, because the director Charles E. Sellier Jr. was uncomfortable with shooting the death scenes. The film editors Michael Spence came in as the co-director of the film. The film was released theatrically by TriStar Pictures on November 9th, 1984, opening in 398 theaters in the Northeast and Midwest United States. On its opening weekend, the film finished edited, grossing $1,432,800. It outgrossed Wes Craven's landmark slasher A Nightmare on Elm Street, which opened on the same day, albeit in 235 fewer theaters, which I've already mentioned in my review on Nightmare on Elm Street. Being pulled from the theaters, it grossed about over $2.4 million its first 10 days of its release. Silent Night, Deadly Night was one of the most controversial films of the 1980s due to its advertising campaign, particularly its posters and TV spots that made significant emphasis on the killer being dressed as Santa Claus. The PTA fought to have this film removed from its theaters due to its subject matter. The fact it was shown around Christmas Although an earlier film with a similar premise, Christmas Evil, has gone unnoticed, television advertisements, which aired between episodes of family-friendly series such as Three's Company and Little House on the Prairie, lead to the parents complaining that their children were terrified of Santa Claus. Large crowds, mostly angry families, because the parents protested the movie, formed at theaters and malls around the nation to protest the film at the film's East Coast premiere at the Interborough Quad Theater in the Bronx in New York City. Protesters picketed the theater and sang Christmas carols in protest. In response, TriStar Pictures, the film's original distributor, pulled all ads of the film 6 days after its release on November 15th, 1984. The film itself was also withdrawn shortly thereafter due to controversy. If RCA Columbia Home Video would have released Silent Night Deadly Night on VHS in the 80s, but instead it was USA Home Video released it. In response, in the public outcry, producer Ira Barmark told the People magazine, "People have taken offense at Santa Claus being used in a scary context. Santa Claus is not a religious figure. He is a mythic character. I do not deliberately write shod over that sensitivity. I didn't anticipate to the objective of it. Now, if this was a Christmas story, then I would have been compelled for another review if Ralphie should think first about the Red Ryder BB gun when there's a killer Santa with an axe in Silent Night Deadly Night. But it's Silent Night Deadly Night. Most protests were generated by the feeling that depiction of a killer in a Santa Claus suit were traumatized children under the term traditional trust in Santa Claus. When the film got castigated at the length by Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert, the backlash against the film became louder and more widespread. The film was due to be re-released by an independent distributor, Aquarius Films, in May 1985, with an ad campaign replacing the original "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" themed trailer with a new one that centered on the controversy surrounding the film and edited out all the close-up shots of Billy in a Santa suit with weapons, and the print ad material was replaced by original chimney picture with the one talked about the controversy. However, the film only had further test engagements. Oh yes, and also, Siskel and Ebert commended the film that Siskel went as far to read the names of the film's production crew on air, telling them, "Shame on you." Siskel also said that all the money the filmmakers were making off this as blood money. Leonard Maltin also denounced the film, calling it a worthless splatter film, giving it 0 stars, asking, "What's next? The Easter Bunny as a child killer?" That's what Leonard Maltin said about the movie. And now, in other words, Silent Night Deadly Night also had sequels, including Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2, which I'll cover that on December 24th. The film was released on TriStar Pictures on November 9th, 1984, where it received substantial controversies, including parents protested the film on its controversy. It spawned into sequels and a live action and also a loose remake in 2012. But I prefer to review Silent Night Deadly Night because it came out on November 9th, 1984. So this concludes my review on Silent Night Deadly Night. So that's going to be it for my horror movie review on Silent Night Deadly Night. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my quick thoughts about it. I look back on my previous review on Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought, why not a holiday horror film as it was to other traditional Christmas movies? Why not a Christmas-themed horror movie, which I had to choose to start with my review on Silent Night Deadly Night. Hope subscribe for content. My anime plan link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter and Facebook. If you have Twitter and Facebook account, be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like button on this video. Please leave it in the comments about your thoughts on Silent Night Deadly Night in the comments section below. Please subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, and click on my notifications bell button, and check out my videos that I'm uploading as well. And that's all I have to say. So, This is my first time I had to do a review on Silent Night, Deadly Night since the dawn of YouTube. That's why. So this is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my review on Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm glad you liked my review, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next review, and hope you have a great day. This is Rurouni K95 signing off, and thank you for watching my review on Silent Night, Deadly Night for today's horror movie review.